Hello everybody and welcome to part 11 of my Salty Shaka series. Before we get started, there's actually a number of things that I need to address before we pass the turn, and I just want to audibly say for my own benefit that once we pass the turn, we got to remember to buy the university in Nobamba. And in fact, I was so concerned about paving the way for this that I forgot to switch the construction project here to university, so I'm glad I noticed that. Thank you guys for helping. And then also, similarly, Nobamba, we were working the marble so that we could squeeze out the temple in time to be able to get on the university, but since we're going to be buying it, we might as well be building like this, or growing. And you can see that does not diminish our gold per turn to the point where we would not be able to buy next turn, so we can do that. Also, because the caravan is finishing up and going to be switching to an internal caravan, I want to withdraw the Great General here. He was just keeping some eyes. In fact, I'm thinking we should send him out west because Athens, as you can see, is kind of seated in the middle of everybody that we've known. So if they decide to jump us back, that's where it's going to be. So, let's just be a little bit stronger out there. And the other thing is Argos. I had not given it a construction project. And it occurred to me, like, I don't even know why I was making a fuss about occupying this tile, because this city's going to be in resistance. I'm not experienced with taking cities as part of a peace deal, so the fact that they still experience resistance was actually new to me, so we'll keep an eye on all that. Okay, very well. It's he was just asking us to join him in a war a couple turns ago, so that's interesting to me. Alright, great profit is here. That's great, but I don't want to get distracted from the fact that we were talking about buying a university this turn. So we went from 12 turns, it said. Now this has got science on it. Great. We're about to send a caravan here, and so let's pull from these two tiles. We're going to just grow, grow, grow. Try to replace these guys as quickly as possible. We're now down to 11 turns, which is on pace with this. And of course we can throttle this back at any time. So, and with this going up in 10 turns, 9 now, maybe we can knock another turn off. I don't know, but we will see how it goes. Polynesia has founded a religion, okay. And we get to enhance our own religion. Oh, Pagodas is still available. Okay, somebody had asked in an earlier piece why I hadn't taken Pagodas, and this is a great time to cover it if I didn't before. If you guys remember back in my Inca El Dorado series, I was used to playing Liberty. I chose Pagodas, like, oh, we got Pagodas, it was first great. But our faith gain was not good enough, number one, to be able to buy the Pagodas without taking the faith away from the great people we would have wanted later on. And number two, oh crap. Yeah, we weren't going wide, so the getting happiness in that, a purchasable way just wasn't a good idea. And I know we're not playing tradition now, but we're still not very wide. We only have 3 cities that we can control the production in, so it didn't seem necessary at the time. I think it might be a good idea now just because our faith gain is significant enough that we can afford to buy them. Plus, we have been kind of slacking in culture. Not really. We're doing okay in culture. It's not like we're gimping along, but we haven't built a writers guild, and we've been deliberately throttling our culture. So this will be a way we can start, upping that culture right as we pass the Renaissance threshold. So I do think this is a good idea. And that faith gain is going to stick, right? Like Jerusalem is our ally, and you can see down here, they're in our corner of the world. Because Beijing has been working the market slot for a while, we're going to get a great merchant. It's unfortunate, but it will be a way of getting even more rep with Jerusalem. So that faith is not going anywhere. So I do think Pagodas is okay at this point. Asceticism would have been fine too, and I really do like religious community, but because we're not tradition, our cities just aren't getting tall enough that we would be able to get the full benefit from this. I still think Pagoda is probably a good choice here. As for these, see, when you're going to war from the onset, you don't really need a religion, because you just take a religion, right? The reason why we kind of went for one here is we did have good Earth Mother land, and gold from tithe can be helpful. I don't even know how much of our gold is coming from religion. And then, of course, happiness is also a problem, and religion is a great way to supplement that. So all we did was build a shrine, and between that and meeting Jerusalem, we just happened to get a good pantheon early, so we have our own religion. What I'm getting at is normally the enhancer belief I think that a lot of people take has to do with spread, either spreading more quickly or spreading further away. But there's nobody nearby. We're not really spreading it per se. We're about to spread it to Nobamba 3 times over. So, like if Jerusalem's in range, we're going to convert them. But maybe Sarabia's in range, and they don't have. I don't know. It's not enough to, based on the geography we can see, it's not enough to enhance and to invest in those. So what does that leave us with? Combat strength near friendly cities. We're not planning on getting attacked. Maybe they'll go after Athens at one point. Not worth it. In fact, the units we kill will get faith because of the belief of that city already. So yeah, this is not going to be useful to us. Cities that follow this religion, yeah, okay, we would need to be spreading it to do that. We're probably not going to be doing that by taking pagodas. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention as to why I would want to take pagodas. What else would we do with our faith? You know, spread the religion to other places for a little bit more tithe money? Maybe, but everybody's so far away, the missionaries would be vulnerable. We're going to be conquering a lot. So the alternative would be more profits. Where would we plant them? That's why I was thinking maybe dump the faith into this. So if we're not going to be spreading it, though, combat for cities, enemy cities following this religion, that's not going to be useful to us. And this isn't going to be useful to us. So that really only leaves reliquary. We know we're going to get a great merchant. We're starting to man universities. So we'll get some great people. We'll get some faith. And since we're going to be spending our faith on pagodas, this might be a good way to supplement that. So yeah, when going to war, I wasn't really planning on getting a religion, but we got to be smart with our choices. So I think I mentioned in the last one we're going to move this to I'm Gonna Love You because it's not actually pressuring Nobamba, and now it will, so Nobamba will be converting quicker once that is deployed. Denounced us, so let's go ahead and repair that. And we have promotions. Okay, so he's going to hang tight. He's our West Deaths, the new West Deaths, since the other guy got relegated or repurposed for Greece. I had this guy cross the river. He's going to be a human monument in Athens. From here, we're 4 tiles from crossing the river, so this is a perfect for like central home defense, which was the plan. Great General's coming down. Alright, so this is Greece, number 2. And it looks like this guy's getting in a way, which is unfortunate because these two have a very precise path I wanted to follow so as not to interlude. So what I'll do is I'll have this guy act as like a placeholder, so this guy's not a butt. Now if he decides to come here and a Great General can't pass through, that's okay because he's a civilian. I don't think he would count as a trespasser. Oh, let's do this first for posterity's sake. Get the scouting game first. Nice. Okay, we can get through there for now. Hopefully it doesn't close up in the meantime. Yeah, see here we got to deflect. He's in the way. It would have been nice to just have that for, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter, but I can bellyache anyways, right? Sure I can. Alright, so there's that, there's that. Yeah, so if he does move, we'll have it next turn. Okay, workers. He can join the war effort. We're getting caught up here. He can do the river. He can do the deer. I had failed to notice that this was going on when I moved him here. I thought this was good. We had to choose between this or this, but if I had known, I would have done this first and then moved here and done that because that would have just been more efficient. This guy has another turn to heal, which means he's in this guy's way, so we'll just have this guy move here and cross the river. This is Greece, so we'll have him move on top of that just to protect it. Heal up. Let's tie into these roads, get a little mobility boost. So yeah, Polynesia has a bit of a standing army. If he decides to stay mad at us, that might be a thing. We'll check this here. And we did buy the university. So we are good to go. What would we watch here? I don't know. I guess to see. It's interesting that Germany's got all these units over here. And I had considered what it would mean to like declare war just to eliminate these guys and get the faith off of their kills. But I see a couple problems with that. No, number one, we're actually getting a good amount of gold per turn from Germany. And then number two, things like we wouldn't be able to squeak this guy through here. He would have more of a warning to produce units in his homeland. It's interesting that he's got a great general there. And then also these guys, we'd have to be a lot more picky about where we set up. So yeah, these guys don't represent a threat, right? Like once we declare war, our homeland defense of 2 impies and composite bowmen should be able to lay waste to all of them. In fact, that might time in to where when we need a human monument to move out to make, to slow down our culture gain. So maybe having the composite bowman help chase them down might even be a thing. Ulundi has grown. Let's see, growth in 10, growth in 9, still growth in 9. So let's do the max production because we really took a hit to production when we had to move off of both horse tiles to man the university. Alright, I'm going to come back to that because we do have some scouting to do this turn. Geneva calls for faith. We already checked we're leaders in that regard. And Buenos Aires seeks a new natural wonder. I'm trying. I want to leave this prompt up as a reminder to address this. I just don't want to do it right now because for all we know we'll meet somebody. Okay, this is West Death Squad. So he's going to Greece. Where does West Deaths want to be? Inside the city, I guess. Something like here, where we can like go in any direction. Alright, so it looks like the placeholder was well founded. We'll have this guy come over here. We'll march to Greece together. Sounds good. Alright. Worker scouted, scout scouted. Okay. So we'll have this guy pop up here, pop up there, Okay. So it looks like these two are going to end up on these 2 hexes, occupying these diagonals. So we'll go a little wide here, just to have some visibility. We don't want the camps spawning on top of us right now. We've got this window to shut. So we'll stay on top of that. He's coming for that. He's working here. He's going to repair that. 1 tile to go. So I was actually in the process of repairing this before I... Okay. Alright. Oh, and you know what? We should be ripping up these roads. This is a city we're keeping, and everybody's moved on. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's see. Diagonal-wise, this is the better diagonal. So we'll have the one that's good to go. Occupy the horses. He can cross the river here, heal up. He's healing up. He'll be ready to go next turn, so he'll cross over to the river, or there. We'll have this guy occupy the incense, both to protect our interests in Athens and to keep an eye on what the hell Germany's doing, because I honestly can't make heads or tails of it. Alright, dead end here, dead end here. So we'll have to go around to scout. He's heading west to occupy Athens. Alright, here we go. Feeding no bomba. Growth in 2. And still growth in 2. No surprise there because we did take 4 food off the land to occupy. But we're going to have this up and running sooner rather than later. Alright, it says next turn, so let's go ahead. We didn't meet anybody new. Sad face. Because now we have to sell this at a significant discount. Just to get something. Money for something. There we are. Okay, so what would we want to watch? Oh! A German caravan. Okay. Well, we know his 3rd city's here, so the scout could maybe go through here to pillage it. But ideally we would want to see that it's heading to Indonesia. Maybe we can get around the city to pillage it. I don't want to pay him for open borders, but if we do, it would be very short-lived just to get our hands on this. War is declared, so the GPT is killed. We get the lump sum of 100. But this looks like his border goes to what looks like the shore. So I don't know how much it's going to matter. Ooh, look at this. Free money. I will take it. I wonder how many other times I've missed that just because everything is so stretched out. Alright, so we'll keep an eye on that German caravan. It headed west. Have you not learned? Like, we thoroughly spanked you on the battlefield. You're lucky to still be here. Just ask Rosetian. Oh, and you know what? Zurich's our ally, so when we declare war on Germany, he'll be stretched out. Interesting. More iron ended. Okay, well I'll leave that up on screen again so that we can be reminded at the end of the turn in case we don't meet the final civ this turn. Okay, he's coming there just because he's flexible. If he's there, he's coming here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, good deal. Hey, we got across the river unobstructed. Nice. Let's see. Alright. It is important that we make this operation without cluing America to what we're doing, because we don't want to get prompted by him. Because we'll have to say, yeah, we're not going after you, but then after Berlin falls, we will be going after him, and that'll be within a time frame. And look how ugly it's going to be to try and attack this from Berlin, or any direction, really. This is a well-fortified city. But luckily, by that point, we'll have so many promotions that I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. Alright, promenade, do-si-do, whip your partner. Let's see, he's healing, he's cutting through, he's following him, which leaves us without a human monument here. We don't know yet that it's time for that, so we'll just move him in there. He comes down, rips up the roads. This worker is ready to finish that in a city we have no control over, so that's all we gotta do. Let's see, border growth in 12, border growth in 10, border growth in 5. This guy's done in 3, so he'll be able to attend to I'm Gonna Love You. He can get started on a river farm here. Alright. What else do we got going on? Yeah, I was just wondering if this camp was still a thing. So where do we imagine the other civ might be? Hopefully it's not up here, because we kind of have our heart set on this, right? I mean, here's a big gaping spot, and then other than that, it would just be to the west or down here somewhere. I don't actually know. Alright, so end of turn yet. Again, let's see. You're expressing an interest in iron. 3 for 2, bottom of the barrel. There we are. Next turn. Okay, his borders did not close us out, so that's good. Our culture sped up. Why is that? Growth in 8, growth in 7, far out. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know how it's actually counted, but yeah, whenever a unit spits out, it doubles up on military caste, but obviously you can't leave them that way, so it's weird. Military caste should be capped per city, so it's weird to me that it does that. So we'll call this guy Germany, or he will become West Deaths as West Deaths becomes Germany, which, now that I say it out loud, makes a lot more sense. So we'll do that. We'll say his name is Germany, meaning he's going to be left behind as home defense once we take Berlin. This guy's just going to hop on the road so we can tie into that tile quicker. The Venta calls for faith. And we already... So that's 3 now, isn't it? 3 that want faith. And we were rocking it last time I knew. We can double check that. Faith gain. Zulus. Alright, it's actually up. How's that possible? I don't even know. But, okay. Seems like our gap is bigger than what it was before. What's the unit supply looking like? 1 more to go, and that puts us at level, which gives us a buffer of 3 to go over. Well, we are about to take Germany, so having 1 more MP would make sense. So be it. Empty, 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 empty. I hope I'm able to carry this habit over into my future games where you basically establish as much as an army as you're going to need first. Then you get on your infrastructure because that army can be moving around, taking care of camps, threatening city-states. It really is a good deal. So, oh, and you know what? Oh, yes. I wasn't looking at Germany's terrain, but look at this hill, 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 which means we have to attack from the south. We've got a hex we can step shoot here, hex we can step shoot here, land somebody here, like say the double tapper, and then have somebody that can land over here. Here. We already have one on this side of the river, so let's actually have this guy come over to this side of the river, act as a blocker. We might even need a second blocker over here just because Hamburg's right here and he can be sending units across the road. That's kind of ugly. Well, at least this is a hill tile we can see and probably not be seen because these are forested. Alright. You lead the way, good buddy. And didn't I see there was a worker there? Yeah. So we don't want to be seen by America, but we also don't want to be seen by Germany. Actually, we have time because our backfillers are, you know, being all sludged in by the terrain here. So one of these guys could heal while the other one... Who needs the healing more? 91, 89. You do. Are you a medic? No. And that guy isn't either. And he's not either. Jeez. Okay. Well, I guess he needs it more. He'll come over here, which should mean we're not visible to either civ, which is exactly what we want. Alright, he's a double medic. That's funny. And then these guys are coming up like this from behind. Oh my goodness, what a parade. What a parade. This is Greece, right? Yes. So he's coming inland. In fact, our departing army is fully out of Athens. We no longer need to make that distinction, which is fantastic. He's... I thought I told you to rip up the road. From here he would have moved here. Oh, it's a graphical anomaly. Okay, it looks like the road's still there, but clearly it's not. Okay. I was like, wow, how many mistakes can I make? There we go. Alright. Throw me for, man. What's the matter with you? We could stand to heal up one more, and since we're not in imminent danger, we probably should, because it looks like we're about to put ourselves in danger. So, there's that. We actually put this guy in a way... Alright, but from here we still 1, 2, 3, 4, which even if we ended up here 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fact that this worker got in our way isn't actually going to slow things down. Alright, I think this is the turn we kill this guy, right? Because he's ripping up the roads. You can repair these tiles. We don't have a need. In fact, we probably don't even have a need for the one that's following us to Germany. Yep, good night. Well, let's think about this for a second. What else would we use it for? If this land gets attacked, either we're going to weather the storm and one worker can handle it, because that's an if, it's a contingency, or the city falls and we won't need to. So yeah, I think this is a good time. And that helps our unit supply as well. Good times. We're just going to keep an eye on Germany as best we can, checking the city-states, make sure nobody's pillaged, checking on our happiness, make sure nothing's shifted there. Alright. I think we have all our ducks in a row-ish. Damn it! I guess it doesn't make a difference, because the world hates us already anyways. Right? I mean, he already hates us. Yeah. Alright. I didn't see what he said afterwards. You can usually tell if they kind of believe you or not. I was trying to avoid that. It sucks, too, because, like, this time I'm actually telling the truth. I'm not planning on attacking him in this particular moment of time. This worker will ultimately want to be present for this. In fact, if we are going to be assaulting from across multiple rivers, having multiple workers I guess maybe that means sending the third worker up would have been a thing, but I'm guessing probably not. So we'll get one over the river. Um, yeah, we can't archer from this side, so just having one is fine. Let's meet that city-state. It is Sidon, who gifts siege towers, which is totally useless. Okay, and it does look pretty clear that this is coast, so we don't need to bother completion. That. We'll just head up here and trace their borders. Alright, new camp. Alright, that's just something they targeted. Not important. Hey, there's a river, civil service river farm. Growth in 6, growth in 5. Alright, that's better. Okay, science and culture still on par. Looks like we have finally can trespass. That's actually good to know, because this would be the window of that being a useful thing is actually shutting down soon here. I'm guessing this here, this here. Who's the double tapper? You are. Okay. That's good to note, because he's the one that's going to be landing. Alright. Alright, so now we are free to trespass, which is interesting, because it looks like we're not actually going to need to. Alright, so we'll step you out like so. I don't know where the German troops went. I lost track of them, so I'm guessing they marched down here for whatever they were doing that for. Still on par here. We're going to keep an eye on that. Just repair. This is West Deaths. The latest West Deaths. So he's still coming here. And he's going to just get up here and start on that. This is Germany. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Kryptonite. Bounce. Backfill. Or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That seems to make better sense for our visibility in general. Okay, he's fully healed. We can feel free to carry on. Alright. Okay, so we're going to be nearing the threshold of when Germany asks us if we're going to attack, so we got to try our best not to be seen. Give Greece your... where are you, buddy? This is like 225 AD. That war is like so yesteryear or something. A new camp has spawned. Where would this one be? Near us, but not something we have to concern ourselves with. Culture and science on par. That's what we want to see. Alright. Go like that, and these guys will swap places next turn. Alrighty. So when it comes time to war, he'll step here. We'll have an archer that's going to step and shoot here, one that lands here, one that steps and shoots here. So we're going to have two visible... well, actually, the one over here can be on any one of these 3 tiles. This one has to be here. Okay, so we'll have him step like that. This is all a ring of wood, so his borders can't see us, but his units... I don't think his units can either. When he was standing there, yes, but... Alright, so... Okay, Great General gets to cross the river. This is double tapper? Yep. Okay. So they're about in the formation we'd want to see. Is this a good time to... No, we can come here. There. Push through. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, something like that. We're making it work. We're making it work. Let's see here. Scout. Might as well have the worker come here. For now. Maybe we cross the river and then come back because we're still taking time to set our units up. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Well, that's good, because the Germany guy will actually be able to help defend from units from Hamburg. So that's actually Nice. I was not anticipating that, so that's good. Okay. You need to head over towards... Oh, whoops, hills. Right, okay. Alright, I had forgotten about that. You are West Death, so you just hop over here. We're going to plant you there. And let's see, is that camp still there? Should probably assume that it is, because we saw a swordsman here. Of course, if we come here and we don't get attacked, we zoom past. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Raging Barbarians. That thing's out of control. Although the horse was pretty damaged, and Archer here, Composite Bowman with Settler. So this camp is actually working for us to some extent. But yeah, we'll go around. Alright, so this is the half-hour mark. This is getting convoluted here, but I am certain our firepower will make it so. Thank you guys for joining me. Leave any tips below that you have, things you might be seeing that I'm missing. I always appreciate it when you guys do that, especially when you bounce ideas off of one another. That helps all of us a great deal, so thank you. Please leave a like if you feel I've earned it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.